What's up, friends? How's everybody doing out there? Well, it's noon, at least on the East Coast. That means it's time for another episode of Let's Draw Race Cars. Are you ready? Have you watched this before? If not, I'm Boris. I work for Joe Gibbs Racing, and we're stuck inside, right? Like you, I'm at home too. I'm looking over here to see what you're seeing, and I think it's time to draw. That's what I think. You little Lancy sitting inside. Hopefully you had lunch already. I have not. I'm going to have lunch after this. Just going to make me draw better, I think. But today, we always start this show with drawing a race car. We drew Martin Truex's Bass Pro Shops car the first day. We drew Kyle Busch's car the second day. I'll show you that in a second. We drew Eric Jones's DeWalt car, his Camry, yesterday, and a power drill, which is actually an impact wrench. And today, the fourth car in our lineup. That's right, Denny Hamlin, the FedEx car. Had a lot of requests from this one. We drew different angles. We drew the front for Martin, the side for Kyle, and the top for Eric. So we're going to draw the rear today for Denny. That view. A lot of his competitors get that view, that rear view. So we're going to try it today. You don't see a lot of race cars drawn from the rear view, do you? We're going to try it today. It's going to be fun. You'll be able to do it. We're also going to try to draw a FedEx delivery truck, or maybe a FedEx box. So if you're on the younger side of the ages, maybe you're 4 to 8 years old, you want to try something a little simpler, we'll have some simpler ones in there for you, okay? So get ready. Get your drawing utensils out. Is that the right word? Materials. You could draw on paper, pencil. You could use marker, pen, crayons, whatever, color pencils, pastels, paints, finger paints. You can use an iPad like I'm using. You can use your phone. Instagram has a free drawing feature on it on their stories. No limits here. You do whatever you feel is right. And by the way, I'm watching the comments, so while you're getting that stuff, I'm going to just make sure everybody's out there watching us and getting ready to go. I have some show and tell coming up, so stay tuned. We had a fan send us in some great drawings from yesterday. So I'm just going to read some comments. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Where are you watching from? What city and state are you in? We had people from Germany, Canada, and France yesterday watching us. Can you believe that? All over the world. Really awesome. And if you can't tell, I'm very much looking forward to going to Sport Clips and getting a haircut once we get past all this stuff we're going through. If you can't tell, I need one. Do you need one? Is anybody else out there in the same boat as me needing a haircut? Yeah, I think so. The curls are going kind of crazy today. Oh yeah, I see comments out there. I see people watching. There's Justin, Cindy. Cindy's in Wilmington, North Carolina. Justin's in Louisville. All right. I like it. Well, let me do some show and tell, and then we're going to get ready to start drawing, okay? You ready? Well, you know about this. This is our little Let's Draw Race Cars. But my friend Devin, who's watched every episode so far, sent in some amazing drawings yesterday, and I wanted to share those with you. The first one I'm going to show you is that DeWalt impact wrench that Devin drew. Look at that. What a great job he did following along, huh? Look at this. I still have that thing over here with me. There you go. Look at that. Looks just like it. Good job, Devin. He also drew Eric Jones's car from the top view. Got those swooshes in there. I like that, Devin. I like it. Good job. Drew a helmet with a smiley face and some flames on it and a steering wheel. Look at that. Let me zoom in on some of those because there's such good work there. There's his helmet. There's a steering wheel with the Eric Jones gloves up there. Grabbing the wheel. Pretty awesome. Good job, Devin. Wanted to show one of my drawings. I didn't show yesterday, but this one is, remember this guy? Used to drive for us, Daniel Suarez. That's a portrait I drew of him and a lot of swooshes. I told you I like swooshes. I'm proving it here. Drew his car only using swooshes. His number 19 car, the orange car he drove in the Xfinity Series when he won the championship. By the way, if you're a NASCAR fan, you notice I made the wall this kind of sea green color, sea foam green. Who could tell me what track that represents in NASCAR? Put it in the comments, okay? All right, that's it. It's time to draw again. Are you ready? I'm going to get myself a clean slate here, a clean layer, a clean sheet of paper, and we are going to draw Denny Hamlin's number 11 FedEx Camry from the rear view. Are you ready? Let's do it. It's a little tricky. We're going to start off, if you've watched any of the episodes, you know how we always start off. That's right. It's with bounding box, with guidelines. We're going to try something a little different here. We're going to do an angle. Let me see if I can look at our monitor and get this right. That angle is going to look about like that. About like that. Got it? And here's what's tricky. If you're over 10 years old, you're going to be able to do this. If you're under 10 years old, you may still be able to do this, but it might be a little trickier. We're going to try to draw a FedEx box and a FedEx delivery truck next. So it's a little easier. Just stick with us. But you're going to have to use this technique in all of these, and it is the cube technique. We're going to get a light marker, just a light guideline, right? And I want you to draw a rectangle on the screen. A nice rectangle. That's even too dark for me. I want it a little lighter than that, but give me that rectangle, about like that. About like that. About like that. See that? Very nice rectangle. The lines do not have to be perfectly straight. We do want them parallel, like that. They don't have to be perfect. This is just a guide. This is just to help us. We'll probably erase it later, as you know, if you watched. Okay, while you're drawing that, after you're done, take a look at this car. And I want you to notice what happens to the front. It kind of looks angled, doesn't it? So if I was drawing a box around it, I would make the top of the box do this. It kind of goes inward. See that? How there's a diagonal line going inward. And imagine this line is to indicate the nose, the front of the car off in the distance. When things go off in the distance, they kind of go inward to a point. You ever notice that? So that's what we're mimicking here. If this line kept going on into infinity, it would go all the way up there. And then this part would go all the way up there. And they'd meet at a point. And in fact, I'm going to lead that line because that line is going to become our road that the racetrack is on, a race car is on. Does that make sense? Look at it. It all works together, right? All right, you got that? So draw those lines, even the one at the top. I know it looks silly. There's no race car that's shaped like a cone, but it's going to come together. I'm going to read a couple more comments to make sure things are going well out here in the internet world. And then we'll keep going. Oh, yeah, all the folks are out there. Took them a second. Bobby's in California, a little early in California. I know, Bobby. Thanks for watching. Sarah says the track was Phoenix. Very close, Sarah, in that Daniel Suarez drawing. It was actually Homestead. Dayton got it right. Sarah's in Winston-Salem. Jackie's out there. What's up, Jackie? All right. JJ Joe? JJ Joe says he's over 10 years old and he still probably won't be able to do it. JJ, I want you to send in your drawing. I know you can do it. We got to put it up. Patricia is tagging her friend Jennifer. That is awesome when you tag your friends so they can draw along. All right. All right, here we go. You got your lines. I'm going to put my phone down. We got to put our phones down. Except if you're watching. Don't put it down if you're watching. I mean, we need it up, but okay, here we go. I'm going to get my black marker back because we are drawing Denny Hamlin's car. I'm actually going to set it over here so I can look at it when I draw it from the rear here. All right, this is going to be fun. All right, here we go. I'm trying to think even. I didn't practice this. We're all doing this together. Okay, I want you to draw a black line just a little bit lower. Well, no. Draw the black line directly on this top line. Darken it up. Darken it up, darken it up, darken it up. Perfecto. All right. That's going to be the top of our spoiler. Got it? I'm looking at this car, making sure I get it right. Maybe I can set Denny's car up on Kyle's car. No, that's probably not going to work. Well, there we go. It did work. There we go. Now I got a good view of it. All right. I'm telling you, y'all wanted to draw the rear view. It's a little challenging, but we're going to do it. All right. The spoiler is a long rectangle, right? Skinny rectangle, like a long ruler, or a Stanley tape measure, kind of like that. Got it? And actually, on some tracks we run this year, we run a really, really big tall spoiler. But today we're just running the short one. Low downforce package on this car today, okay? Now, from the sides of the bottom of the spoiler, that's right here, and right here, see a little dot? Right there, and right there. We're going to make a curve that meets up with this line, like this. A curve that meets up with that line. See? It's like a quarter of a circle, half a banana. Same thing over here, a curve that meets that line. If you've drawn with us before, you know mistakes are okay. This day and age, the world we're in, we're fixing a lot of things. It's okay, we can fix our drawing. Don't worry about the mistakes. Like I made a little mistake over there. We'll fix it up. We'll make it part of the drawing. Denny Hamlin's FedEx car is very bold because of that white. It just stands out. Of course, we're going to get that purple and orange in there too. And I'm going to show you a little secret in the FedEx logo if you've never seen it before. All right? Got to pay attention later in the show. All right, now, We're going to bring that line down, but we don't want to go all the way to the bottom. We want to stop right about there, okay? So we're going to bring that line down and we're going to stop right about there on both sides. Following along. Try to move a little slower so you can follow along. I know it takes a while to watch and then draw. We're going to put the episodes on YouTube today, so you can always go back and watch again and pause and take your time if you need to. All right. Now it's hard to see, but Denny's car, all these Camrys, the rear bumper comes to a point on the edges. I don't know if you can even see that on here, but we're going to draw it, and you'll see it on our paper. So, or our screen, whatever you call it. So it's down to a point here, and it goes up a little bit, and like that. See, it's kind of like a little Batman look to it, you know? Do the same thing over here, a little spike. And then we're going to connect the two. Just do it about as straight as you can. Remember, if you get a jagged line in there, that's okay. Your picture just became of a wrecked race car, right? So if your line goes, that's okay. Then you just got a little bump from behind, probably from Keselowski or somebody. But like you might have seen on his Instagram, that actually helped him when it happened. In the Daytona 500, the damage actually helped him a little bit. So it's okay if your line's not straight. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. We've already got the rear of the car coming together. I love it. It's looking good already. All right. Now, let's see. You with me? Drew that bumper in there. Now the bumper is going to take up about just under half of this area. So this area here, the whole height of the rear of the car, this is going to take up about half. So if you imagine about just under halfway, that's where I want you to draw a light line to indicate the bumper that sticks out. Got it? While you're drawing that, I'm going to give you a little bit of information. So in the NASCAR world, we call the back of the car the TV panel. Can anybody guess why we call it that? TV. Just like watching TV, we call it the TV panel. I'll give you a couple minutes to think about it, then I'll tell you. Get that bumper line in there. Right, all right, all right. Now, we're going to have to draw some tail lights. They're a little tricky, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you how to do it. I'm going to draw one over here, and then I'll walk you through the one on the left. That's kind of how the Toyota Camry rear tail light looks on the NASCAR car. We'll fill it in a second, but that's the outline of it. So what did I do? What does that look like? It kind of looks like, I don't know, Seattle Seahawks logo, that bird from the side. It's like a rounded rectangle. So if you come in about 2 inches from the left line, which is going to be, the edge is going to be about right there. See, if I divided this car into 3 in the middle, see it kind of fits perfectly in each third. Does that make sense? So you can draw those light lines if you want to. I'm going to erase mine, but I would draw a straight line at the bottom about there. And I would stop there. Then I'd draw a diagonal up like that. Got it? These are the rear tail lights on Denny Hamlin's FedEx car if you're just joining us. And then I would just draw a little bit of an arched line and meet it down there at the top. Or up there at the top, I guess you would say. Very good, very good. While you're doing that, I'm going to read some more comments. That's my favorite part of the show. Please send in some recommendations for what you want to see drawn tomorrow. Every weekday at noon we're doing this. So send them in and also post your drawings. I showed Devin's drawings at the beginning of this episode. He's watched us almost every episode. I think he's been on here every time. I appreciate that, Devin. Who else is out there drawing with us? So the reason we call this the TV panel is because you see it on TV a lot, right? When they put a car inside another car, what is that driver seeing outside of his windshield? The car in front of him, right? So it shows up right on TV. So we want to put those logos on there. We'll put the logos on at the end. We always do that at the end. Ken says oblong. That's right. That's about an oblong shape. That's a good artwork, Ken. I like that. Tracy got it right. All right. Devin's asking about drawing a holler. We'll do that next episode. What do you say? We're doing a FedEx truck today. It'll start small, and then we'll have to stretch it out. That's how we'll do a holler. Okay, you with me? Now we're going to draw some light lines on here, and they're just going to sort of indicate a shape, not dark. And what it does is there's a little indentation where we put the logo, and it looks like this. It looks kind of like the mouth of a smiley face. Well, maybe like a Grinch mouth, like a little kick up at the end. You see what I did there? We're almost done with the rear, actually, with just the rear part. We have to do the rest of the car. But we've got our template down pretty good. All right, back in the taillights, we're going to add a very similar shape to the outline, but we're going to put it on the inside, like that. Kind of a hot dog shape going in there. Like that. Pretty good. All right, we'll color that in a second. For now, I'm going to put some little hash marks in there because that's going to be a white part that indicates the turn signal. Of course, the red part indicates brake lights on a real car, but these are just stickers, as you might have heard from Mr. Lightning McQueen. And of course, up here we have the spoiler. Now, Denny's spoiler's white, so we're going to leave it white. If you wanted to, a lot of spoilers on the cars are black, but Denny's is white, so we're going to leave it white. Okay, now, here's my favorite part about drawing the back. You ready for this? You can see a little bit of the tires from the back, just a little bit. But I like it because it makes it look real. It makes it look like you're looking into the car there, or under the car. So we're going to draw the rear tires just like a little tiny piece of a rectangle back there. Look at that. It's like you can only see just the bottom of a rectangle. If you were with us on episode 1, we told you how to draw a wheel and tire with Goodyear letters on it. Go back and watch that. Helps you put the whole car together. I'm going to fill in those portions of the rectangle because that rubber on those tires is almost always dark and black. All right. It's coming together. Now you could stop there. Maybe you're only seeing the back of the car like that. Maybe you're looking at it directly like that and that's all you see. But I'm going to angle it up a little bit because we're going to have to see a little bit of the roof. So while you're catching up, I'm going to check for our folks on Twitter. I've just been looking at Facebook, but I want to see what's going on Twitter too. All right, we're having fun. By the way, we've shown lots of cool drawings on all the episodes. So go back and check those out sometime. I'm checking for our friends on Twitter because I want to see their comments too. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're out there. Sue's watching. Hey, Sue. Yeah, Dylan and Eric and Sue retweet it. I appreciate that. A lot of people liking it. Charles, Mateus, Sarah, thank you all for doing that on Twitter. I appreciate it. We should be on YouTube today. The full series should be up there today, later, maybe by the end of the day. Okay, you caught up? We're going to go draw the roof now. I've lost a little bit of these lines. I'm a little bit off on those lines. That's okay. I'm probably not going to follow them exactly. They're a little too wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a couple more light lines just to help us out. So remember where the spoiler meets the body? Right here. See where I'm pointing? Right there. Spoiler meets the body. We're going to draw a light line that follows this line. Bada bing, bada boom, like that. All the way up. Oh, there goes Denny. He wants to drive off. He's ready to race. We're going to draw it like that. Okay. Perfect. Now go back to your darker marker or whatever you're using. And let's start following those lines to add the roof. So they're just diagonal lines. And then at the top, a very, very shallow curved line like this. Like a sad face, but only a little bit of a sad face. See? Now we got a roof. It's perfect. How's yours looking? In just a second, if you're a little younger and this is a little too hard for you, that's okay. We're going to draw a FedEx box and we're going to turn it into a FedEx truck. That's right. The box is going to start as a box and then it's going to turn into a FedEx delivery truck. I just got a package yesterday. FedEx helping us out. So appreciate all those delivery drivers and associates working out there from FedEx. We're drawing their race car right now. Okay, you got the roof. Now we need the rear windshield. It follows the same exact shape as the roof, so we're going to draw a smaller version of this on the inside. Like that. Follow that line, like that, follow that line, and then the same curved line at the top to meet the two. Look at that, now we got a rear windshield. Looking good. We're drawing the rear of Denny's car because we drew the front of Martin's, the side of Kyle's, and the top of Eric's. Now we're drawing the rear of Denny's, and a lot of other drivers see that rear view. So it's a very common thing for other drivers to see. So that's what we're drawing today. Now when we get in other episodes, we'll probably draw the front of Denny's car. But if you followed the number 18 episode, you know we started with a car like this. It was blank. So you could put whatever car colors you want on there. Some of my buddies up in Virginia that are watching did Interstate Batteries, they did M&Ms, whatever you want can go on there, right? We're at that point now with this car too. We finished the outline and the template, right? And now we can add whatever we want. So let's first add some bars in the windshield to protect Denny from anything coming in or crashing down on the car in a wreck. There you go. Those bars are in there to help. Now we want to draw the road first before we add colors because it's really going to help us because this car is white and we're on a white piece of paper. So if we put dark colors around it, it's going to make the white pop off. Does that make sense? I'm going to show you right now. Remember these lines we drew up here? That's going to be our racetrack. And remember, if you have a ruler, you can try to use it. If not, just use your hand. If it's curved, there's no perfect roads or racetracks in the world. Some of them have curves. That's okay. I'm probably going to end up with some curves. I'm not very good at straight lines. So starting up here, bringing it down. So you already got some curves going. Just keep it outside of the actual car and bring it down there. Start up here, bring it down there. Oh, I got a really curvy one over here. It looks like there's some grass on this side. That's all right. We're going to keep it. Look at that. Now here's what you want to do, and you can do this later because I'm going to be able to do it quickly. If you're drawing with a pencil or a marker or crayons, it's going to take a long time to fill in that road. Why don't you save that for later? I'm going to do it now while you're drawing in your road. You do yours later because it's going to take a long time to fill it in. Make sense? Because I can go up here and I can pick a really big marker, and it's harder for a lot of people to do that. So I'm just filling this area in with black. In fact, I'm going to stay with black. Filling it in. Oh, there's my dog. Are your dogs stuck at home with you? I know you can hear mine. And I've actually changed my mind again. We're going to go to gray. We're going to go to gray instead of black. And I did that because I want to put a shadow on the car. And I want the shadow to be black. What kind of dog do you have? My dog, the dog you heard, this is named Nola. All right, what is your dog's? What kind of dog do you have, and what's your dog's name if you have one out there? Or if you have a cat. If you have a barking cat, I need you to post a video of that because that would be pretty cool. But most cats meow, I'm aware, I've been told. So tell me what your cat's name or your dog's name, or any pet really. I know someone with a bird. All right, I'm just filling in the racetrack while you work on the final touches of your car. You should do your racetrack at the end because it's going to take a long time, I think. I got some secrets here with my iPad that help me. So I'm just filling it in. We're almost ready to keep continuing on the car. Look at that. Doesn't that road just look like a big triangle? But in reality, it's just the road going off into the distance to make it look real. All right, I'm going to speed up on this and get back to our race car because we got to put some purple, FedEx orange. Got to do all sorts of stuff there. All right. Almost done. You better believe we're going to put some swooshes in that road to make it look like it's going by fast. You better believe it. That's coming at the end. All right. See what I mean? See how that white just, boom, pops off the screen now? Before it was lost in all the other white of our paper. But now it pops off the screen. That's what happens on the racetrack. That's one of the reasons FedEx chose white, because you can see it on the racetrack really well against that dark asphalt. Okay, here we go. Last thing before we get in the car, I'm going to go a little darker and I'm going to add a shadow. It makes it look like the car is sitting on the track. Look at that. There's a little shadow. Perfect. Okay, so I'm looking at Denny Hamlin's car from the rear. It's still mostly white, but there's a little bit of purple and orange. So let's put in that purple and orange. FedEx purple it's more on the bluish purple side than it is the pinkish purple side. You got that? So I'm going a little bluer purple. A little darker. And we're going to add that in there. Now the purple on the back just cuts down to a diagonal. Goes up into the tail light like this, right at the middle of the tail light, and comes down. See? Perfect. Same thing on the other side. Middle of the tail light, comes down. Now we're really turning this thing into a FedEx car. Looking good. Now I'm going to fill that in while you're doing that. And if you need to fill in at the end, that's all right. If you need to keep up by not filling in, you can always get back to it. Purple's one of my favorite colors. It's my mom's favorite color. What about you? What's your favorite color? Mine is, it's always good between green and blue, but I think I'm feeling green these days. I'm a green guy today. It's my favorite color. All right. There's the rear of that one. Remember that purple color you used because we have to use it in the FedEx logo again. All right. Fill in your purple. Next we're doing orange, but don't lose that purple. All right. I'm going to pull up something while I'm reading your comments. I'm going to pull up the FedEx logo so I can show you something. Something cool. All right. See that FedEx logo we're going to put on there? Yeah. Now I'm going to show you. Do you notice something about that FedEx logo? Do you see something hidden in there? What about between the E and the X? You notice a shape in there? See that shape? That's an arrow. Have you ever noticed that before? And what does FedEx do for us? They're on the go, right? They deliver things. FedEx offices, they print things for us. They're always keeping us going forward. That's why they put the arrow in there. At least that's what I think. But that's no mistake. We have people at the race shop, some of my friends named Evan, Kat, Justin, and a few other people. They're involved in designing things on computers and making art like this for logos and all sorts of things. It's not a mistake that arrow ended up in there. That's very purposeful. All right, now we need our orange. You got your purple all done? Now I have to pick our orange here. I already got one saved. And the orange is just an outline on the purple. So the same exact diagonal line, put that outside the purple. And there you go. That's basically it. But our taillights need some color, don't they? All we need is a dark red on the taillights. Dark red. Not super dark, but medium dark. And we're just going to fill in the outside of that shape that we made. The inner side is going to stay a white gray color because that's the turn signal. Turns orange when it's turning. Of course, Denny Hamlins aren't real. They're just stickers, but they want them to look like the cars that you buy or your parents might buy in the real world. There we go. So now we have red taillights. Red means stop, right? That's why taillights are there, so people know when you're stopping. In NASCAR, you have to have a spotter up top telling you when they're stopping. Those aren't real taillights. All right, now we're going to add some Toyota logos in there. Go back to your black and get a thinner one. If you have a thinner one, get a thinner one. If not, just do your best. Toyota little logo up here is an oval, and I'm just gonna make a little oval. We're not really gonna draw all the details in there. And then it says Camry, but we're just gonna make a small little line, some little scribbles. If you can get in there and get detailed, go for it. But I'm gonna stay just a little general and vague on that. I'm just gonna indicate that it's there by doing something like this, little scribble, just because it's small on our screen, right? We don't want to get too crazy on that. Now the Toyota on the bumper. Every race car that is a Toyota has Toyota on the back. See all these? And it looks like this. You just write right in the middle, just write a T. O. Y. O. T. A. All caps. And then they have a cool little red box to the left. Bright red over here. It's a square. To the left of the T. That's over here. Very nice. And there are little white logos in there, and I'm just going to draw a little oval just to simulate it, make it look like it's there. All right, looking good. All right, one last thing on this car is the FedEx logo, and I showed it to you earlier. Grab that purple again. And then we have to draw a capital F, lowercase e, lowercase d in purple. So capital F, lowercase e, lowercase d. Perfect. Now grab that orange again. And now the D and the E are going to touch each other. So a capital E. And then to make that little arrow, you make the tops of the X touch the E. So it's going to be like this. That's your E. So the top of the X touches there. No, I didn't do that very good. Let me see here. The top of the X goes up here. The bottom goes down here. And it makes a little arrow right in there. See that? So we're going to do something similar to that. And mine's little. You can't really see it, but that's okay. We're just making it look the best we can. And mine's a little off center. Now I have an iPad, so I can cheat. I can go in here and I can lasso this FedEx logo up. And I can grab my arrow and I can pull it to the middle. Oh man, how good is that? How nice is that? If you kept it over to the side, that's okay. It's no big deal. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of purple on the roof because there's actually a purple number on the roof. See that? Number 11? We're going to put that up there. But it's just going to be a line. You can't read the whole number. We're just going to do a purple line like that, pretending the 11's up there. And then I'm going to do a little thin little orange line as well. Very nice. That looks really good. All right, final touches on this car, and then we'll work on a couple easier things for you. You know what I want? I want some swooshes on this road because we want this car to look like it's racing down the track. So straight swooshes like this. Look at that. Just really simple. Just look at that. Line. 200 miles an hour, Denny speeding to victory lane. All right. If you want to get crazy, you can even add a yellow line like it's on a racetrack on this side. I'm going to erase this. If you want to get even crazier, you can draw a light gray wall or maybe even do a black line that makes it look like there's a wall up here. See? Like you're on the racetrack. Maybe you want to put some grass over here. Swooshy grass, because a lot of the racetracks have either grass or AstroTurf on the left side. Now it looks like he's racing down the backstretch of Daytona, doesn't it? Over here, maybe you, I don't know, maybe you put a different color in there. Maybe you put some purple because it looks like the FedEx card is just to tie it in. Look at that. Last thing I'm seeing here, we want to cover in that windshield. I forgot about that. Can you believe I forgot that? So I'm going to do a light gray in the windshield. Whew, I'm glad I caught that. Now it really looks real. I like it. Add some more swooshes in there if we want to, little scribbles to make it look like glass. And I'm going to erase a little bit because I messed up there. There you go. Our fourth race car, episode 4. We've drawn all 4 of our main cars now. Can you believe it? We've gotten so many good drawings in. I appreciate you sending them. Put it in the comments while we what you want to draw next. I'm going to read some comments while we get a new sheet of paper, and we're going to draw a FedEx box, and we're going to turn it into a FedEx truck. Okay? This will be a little easier out there. Maybe you're 4 years old, or 3 years old, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10. This might be a little easier than the car, so let's do this one. Or maybe you're over 10, and you still needed something easy. That's okay, too. We'll do it in just a second. I'm going to read a couple more comments, see how y'all are doing, because that's one of my favorite parts of the show. By the way, if you could, press the little share button on your screen. Send it to your friends. I want to see more people in here drawing. You know, we're all stuck inside, kind of sticking together, having fun, and making the most of the situation we're in. And what better way to do that than draw some race cars? That's what I say. So share with the friends. Michelle's out there. Tracy's out there. Alan asked what app I'm using. I'm using Procreate, Alan, but you can use anything. Sarah says it looks awesome. I appreciate it, Sarah. I'm glad you like that. Chelsea wants to draw the Coke 600 win Truex car. That's a good request. Maybe coming in a future episode, but I appreciate it. All right, a lot of people out there watching. I appreciate it. Oh, Michelle wants the Interstate Batteries car. Believe me, that's coming. Coming soon, Michelle. Interstate Batteries, bright green, one of my favorite colors. We definitely have to draw that. Okay, now we're going to draw a FedEx box like you'd get from FedEx on your front porch. And then we're going to turn it into a FedEx delivery truck. Okay, this is one of the easier ones. A little easier than drawing a race car, so we're trying that now. Since we're on the Denny Hamlin theme today, that's what we're drawing. Now, box, what shape is a box? You know what shape a box is, right? It's usually a square or a rectangle. So that's what we're going to do. A square or a rectangle, it's your choice. This is your drawing. I'm going to do a rectangle. And I'm going to start more down on the page. There we go. See my rectangle there? This is a side view of a box. Okay. Now here's another option. If you want to make it look a little 3D, a little angular, this is the easy option. 3D is a little bit harder, but you can do it if you want to. Draw a box again. Like that, with a little bit of an angle to it. I'm going to run out of room here, but then you go like that. And then you go like that. And then connect them. See that? See how it kind of looks like it's sideways now? Pretty good. Now all you need to do, we're going to add a little shadow like this and make it go out to the edge like that. A little shadow. Look at that. Little triangle shadow up there, a little flat shadow down there. Now it looks like it's sitting on the ground. Now we're going to draw the FedEx logo very simply. I'm just going to kind of scribble it in. You don't have to draw it exactly, but remember how to spell it? So I'm going to draw it up here. F, capital F. Ooh, I need a thinner marker. That's really thick. Capital F. Then what's next? Lowercase e. Lowercase d. I'm going to go up here. Capital F. Lowercase e. Lowercase d. Grab the orange. Capital E. And lowercase x. Very nice. Now you got a FedEx box. And if you want to get really detailed, get a thin line and draw in that little code they use on the side that they scan it with that helps them keep track of everything. Do one over there. So you can do one over here. And there you go. Now you can also draw a second FedEx logo if you want to on the 3D box. You don't have to, but I'm going to just to make it look even more real. Sometimes they do it sideways like this. So F-E-D. Grab an orange. E. X. Very nice. Look at that. This makes me want to have one show up on my front porch right now. I need to order something. It's always fun opening one of these up. So there you go. But here's the next trick. We're going to turn this one, the side view, we're going to turn it into a FedEx truck that brings the box. Okay? I'm going to pull one up on my phone because I want to see exactly what they look like. You can do the same thing if you need to, or you can just follow along. FedEx truck. Oh yeah, looking good. Look at this. I'll show it to you. I found the perfect one. The perfect truck. Look at this. See? Look at that. So we're going to draw. You see, we already have the box part. See how it was our little secret. You didn't even know I was going to do that, did you? So what do we have to do? We need to add the front like this, and then the wheels and a shadow, and we'll be done. So just extend the box, grab your black again. I was stuck on orange. I want to be back on black color. And we're going to extend the top out like this, because of course you have to have room for the driver to sit in it. All the packages go back here. The driver has to have room too. Then we draw an angular shape like that. That's your windshield, right? Bring that down straight, like this line. And then connect the two at the bottom. But wait, there's more. It needs to have a little nose for the engine. So we got to put that in there. See this line where the windshield met the front? We're going to start there. And we're going to make a little rectangle out the front. Like that. See that? And then another little rectangle for the bumper. Another one like that. Perfect. I'll let you catch up there. I'm going to check out our comments again, see how people are doing. By the way, if you need past episodes, they should be on Facebook, Twitter, and soon YouTube. I promise. I think today we're going to get them on YouTube. We're giving it a shot. All right. Oh, Frank has a good idea. Frank's out there, wants us to draw old Joe Gibbs Racing cars like Tony Stewart and Bobby Labonte cars. I like it. I like it. A lot of orange in there, a lot of green. We'll do that too. Don't worry. Lynn says that as well. Okay. Popular request out there. I like it. Okay. Back in action. What do we need? We need wheels, right? If you drew our race car from episode 1, you remember how to do that. It's just a circle. We got to have the wheel well that it fits into, right? So I'm just going to draw a circle over this. Don't worry about these other lines. Just draw a circle up over it and make it all in black. Or you can leave it like a donut if you want to, like that. In fact, I like the donut better. You can leave a little donut hole in there. And then do one in the back right about here. Not all the way at the back, but right about there. And now that FedEx truck is ready to roll. Ready to deliver some packages. I hear they're doing all sorts of cool things this day and age. They're delivering medicines and things to help people as well. I think that's really awesome, don't you? There we go. Look at that. I decided to color in the donut hole. Changed my mind just like that. That's okay. The last thing we need to make this look realistic, 2 more things actually. We need the windows in the front and the windshield, and we need a shadow, right? I'm going to turn our old shadow into a bumper that the FedEx delivery man or woman can stand on to get the packages out of the back. And then the front windshield is actually a triangle. So we need a triangle at the front like this. Look at that triangle. How you doing with that triangle? Your truck's looking really good, I bet. Please send me a picture. I love seeing your artwork. You can fill that triangle in with black or blue or whatever you want to make it look like a window. And then we need a side window for our delivery driver to look out of. So we're going to make it a little rectangle like this. And then we're going to put a little FedEx person in there. Just a little stick figure with a little hat. Driving, saying hello. It's perfect. If you wanted to make that FedEx logo bigger, you could. The bigger you draw it, the easier it is to get it right. Mine doesn't look perfect, but it's as good as I can do right now. Look at that. Final touch, remember it? Shadow. The shadow makes it look like it's actually on the ground. So we're just going to draw a thick black line, or dark gray, whatever you want. The whole length of the truck. And now the driver has some road to drive on. Pretty nice. Well, that does it for today's episode. Hope you liked that. Remember, check out wherever you're watching now. You can reverse it, rewind it, pause it if you need to do it again. Also, check out YouTube. They're going up there. And please watch us every weekday at noon. Tomorrow, Friday, right? Am I keeping track right? Yeah, Friday. I don't know about you. I'm having trouble keeping track being stuck at home all day. But we're going to draw something new, something special. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I've been watching your comments. I'm going to pull something out. Also, send me your drawings. We had Devins today. We had Owen and Tyler and all sorts of people yesterday. We had Vance on the day before. So I want to see those coming in. So take a picture, take a screenshot, post it in the comments, and let me know how you're doing. All right? Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay good. Stay healthy. See you tomorrow.